So today, a ton of new Battlefield gameplay leaked, this time with a new map set in the mountains of Tajikistan, and not like a data mine leak, okay? Or a blurry image where you have to make out what's going on. No, I'm talking like 4K, 60 FPS, high quality gameplay, clear as day from the latest playtest. Like at this point, I'm almost running out of ideas for the titles of these videos, okay? It's insane. Like the entire game is out at this point. I'm kind of curious what this might mean for Battlefield Labs in the future, but I digress. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give my impressions because there are some cool new features to talk about, such as a possible test range, which is cool, and some more information on gun customization. Obviously, I can't show you guys the gameplay in this video, okay? I'm not trying to fuck around with EA right now, but you guys can find it easily if you want, because it's literally like everywhere on Reddit. You can't even go on Battlefield, the subreddit, without just seeing like 30 minutes at this point of leaked gameplay. It's insane. Really quick though, if you guys are enjoying the content around here, make sure to hit that like button because it does help me out a lot. And subscribe if you are new here. I only talk and play Battlefield. So if that sounds good to you, definitely stick around while we wait for the new game. The new map appears to be called Capstone. I'm going to throw the concept art for this one on screen right now. Right off the bat, this one kind of reminds me of Bad Company 2's White Pass mixed with Altai Range from Battlefield 4 and maybe even like a little bit of Monte Grappa vibes from Battlefield 1. Very open, right? With like these pockets of buildings around the objectives. There's this huge snowy mountain range and you're kind of fighting in like the valley of this mountain range. It's a pretty cool look for the map, I have to admit. And again, if you guys watch the channel, you know that I've talked about the fact that this next game could be called Bad Company 3. I've always said I kind of doubt they'll actually do that. It would be insane. I really do think it's going to be called just Battlefield or something like that. But it is interesting that like the more I see about this game, this new game they're making, the more references and kind of Bad Company vibes I seem to get, you know, like tons of destruction and chaos, and the way the map seems to be laid out from these leaks, like everything just looks kind of small and scaled down compared to 2042 and even like Battlefield 4, for example. Again, we have to see how it plays for ourselves, of course, but it is interesting, right? Like this does look very Bad Company 2 to me. The movement looked good. Personally, it looked a lot slower than the previous gameplay leaks we got from like the Abbasid map back during the first playtest. So it does seem that the developers have listened to the feedback and have kind of toned it down. I'm curious to see though how it would actually feel in game, because I do get worried that they're taking this whole movement feedback like way too much to heart. Like last thing I want is for the game to end up being too slow, like Battlefield 1, in my opinion. That game it's an awesome Battlefield game, but I just always felt like sluggish in that game. It never felt like I could really move out of the way of danger or anything like that. So I do want to return to a more grounded experience movement wise. Like I'm over the 2042 like ice skate simulator, but yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I do hope that they find a good balance with the movement. This latest playtest also apparently had air vehicles in it, so you could see some helicopters flying around in the background, and even some jet gameplay just got leaked. I believe it was the F-16 for NATO and then the Gripen for Pax Armada. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge jet player. Like I think it's fun to hop in, you know, in one here and there, but from the gameplay, it looks pretty good. Honestly, the biggest thing I noticed about the jets was the sound design, dude. Like in jet and on ground as an infantry player, this thing is like fucking screaming, bro. Like it sounds so dope. It definitely gives me Battlefield 4 vibes with the sound design for the jet, which is badass. They're also playing Conquest in this playtest, and it was really hard to tell how the map flowed, to be honest, because again, the guy playing on the leaks is absolutely horrendous. Like he doesn't even know how to use the sprint button or something. I don't know what's going on, but the combat pacing and the distance between objectives was hard to gauge for me personally because of this guy's play style. Like I don't really know what he was doing. Again, I'm not trying to shit on this guy, but it was just like, what the what are you doing, bro? But anyway, although the map looked pretty big, a lot bigger than the previous leaks, it did seem to have a lot of cover, which is cool. It looks like they designed the mountain ranges and all of the buildings around the objectives really well, so that you always kind of had cover and you were never just in the open like in 2042. So I am happy to see that. This is a small point, but the highlighted zone around objectives also looks toned down compared to the original leaks. And look, it's not a deal breaker for me. It's whatever. I'm just still not a huge fan, to be honest. To me, I've always liked Battlefield games because the UI always had a clean, almost like classy feel to it. And to me, the outlines on everything just looks kind of cheesy and cheap. I don't know, almost like Overwatch-like, you know? It just seems like messy to me, but again, it's not gonna stop me from buying the game or anything like that. However, I would just like a slider or something to turn that off. Again, it's very nitpicky for me to complain about this. It is what it is. I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it for new players, but I did just want to give my quick thoughts on that. Also, there's supposedly a firing range in the new playtest. We didn't actually get to see gameplay of this, unfortunately. I was really wishing we could have saw that, but some guys on Reddit claimed that it looks kind of like the testing range from the movie Edge of Tomorrow. I'm going to throw a little screenshot up right now of what that looked like. But that's huge though, right? Like Battlefield is in sore need of a testing range again. We didn't have it in 2042, and it's really nice to be able to see and test different loadouts and weapons before you hop into a match. So I am definitely excited to see more about that. And then lastly, it does seem, unfortunately, that this game is being designed solely around matchmaking instead of including a server browser. Obviously, again, this is all early pre-alpha. Anything can change, but I will say I highly doubt there's going to be a server browser in the new game. Unfortunately, modern gaming just really isn't server browser anymore. Like, if you're trying to attract a new player base, these guys are not going to be digging around in the server browser. They're going to be hitting the buttons to matchmake. So I get what they're doing. It does suck as a core Battlefield fan, you know, wanting that feature back, but I feel like it just kind of is what it is. I just hope they make the matchmaking better, because in 2042 it's like almost not even matchmaking. You're just like forced to hit quick play. Like in 2042 you can't pick the maps that you want to play. You can't really like select the different game modes you want. Like, yeah, I guess I can hit Conquest, but that's it. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't want to play Conquest or Breakthrough on Stadium, I will literally refresh every time and I'll get Stadium 5 times in a row. And at that point, I'm just like, fuck this. I'm going to just go play Battlefield 5, you know? So if they can at least give you some like power and options with the matchmaking, I think that could be a happy medium. I do want server browser. I would love server browser back in the game. I just think we might have to accept that it's not coming back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing any kind of information or response from the developers about that. I feel like that would be an easy thing for them to come out and say. The fact that they're not really talking about it and they kind of are ignoring that topic makes me feel like there's just no server browser. Also, there were no signs of Levolution or anything like that some of the previous data miners talked about like about a week ago. So again, my guess is they're going to save that for the marketing when they eventually reveal the game to the public with a gameplay trailer or something. And that kind of begs the question, what is going on with this game? This is the strange, I mean, it's so fucking sick, right? Like, we're getting all this information for a Battlefield game way earlier than we've ever had. You start thinking like, man, when are they gonna drop the trailer at this point? Like, these leaks keep coming out. It's almost like ridiculous, right? Like, maybe they should just drop the trailer at this point. Maybe the game isn't developed enough for them to be able to do that, and they're kind of waiting to get to a certain point where it's polished enough to make a trailer. I totally understand that, but I do think they're gonna have to move quick now, because people obviously don't seem to give a shit about the NDA with Battlefield Labs. I mean, it's cool for us, right, to be able to see all the leaks, but I've already seen like 20 minutes of gameplay on 2 maps of the new game, and there's no title for this game yet. But yeah, again, I'm not going to show gameplay in this video. Go find it for yourself. It is the easiest thing in the world to find. Just go to the Battlefield subreddit and boom, right at the top as I'm recording this video, it is still there. Let me know what you guys thought though. How do you like the map? How do you like the jets, the helicopters? Does this map remind you of any other Battlefield maps from previous games? I would love to hear your guys' opinions in the comments section down below. And if you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate you sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to leave me a like and subscribe if you are new around here. Look, we were just waiting for this game, man. At this point, this is interesting. I've never been in this spot as a Battlefield fan, like seeing all of these leaks and gameplay before we even know what the game's going to be called. So definitely stick around for more news, updates, kind of opinions on the next Battlefield game while we wait patiently. But until the next video, my name is Sam. Hope you have a good one. Bye.